house is called Anselm, and it was built in 1906 by an architect called Robert Haddon. And Haddon was a really important figure in the arts and crafts design movement in Melbourne at the time. He wrote books, he designed a lot of buildings around Melbourne. The original Swinburne Art School in Hawthorn is one of his. There's churches in the area that he designed. But this was his house for him and his wife, Ada. So it's full of his personal touches. You know, the whole place is really imbued with his architectural and design philosophy. So you really get a sense that it's a living realisation of his architectural dreams. Of all those other buildings around Melbourne, there's very few that are exactly as he designed them. They've been changed over the years or they've been partially demolished. This is the only building that is really complete, intact version of what he designed. So what you see here is exactly pretty much what was on the plan, what was in his mind when he designed it.
I love coming home to this house. You open that massive wide door, close it, and it's just peace. It's so quiet. You cannot hear Dandenong Road. It's double brick, beautiful. And it's really peaceful in here. It's calm. There's a calm feel about the house, which I love. It's a great entertainer's home. We've had a lot of parties and dinner parties. We had my 40th here, big dinner parties set up along the length of the dining room in front of the fireplace in the winter, where we can have 20 or 30 people sitting around a couple of long tables.
And dancing, there's enough room in this room for pretty much anything you can imagine. So my favourite aspect of this house, apart from the outside, which just makes me smile every time I come home and look at it, is that amazing study at the front, which is where the architect worked, and his paintings are on the wall. There's carvings on the fireplace. It just makes you feel that you're part of a heritage of creativity and study, that when you're sitting in there, it's a really inspirational space.
My favourite room in this house is the kitchen. We've spent a lot of time there. It's the family space, and we cook and we entertain, and it was what we renovated when we moved here. Now the sun comes in the afternoons and it's beautiful. The bay window, which we put in, is fabulous. It just opens up so that you can pass plates of food through to everybody eating outside. Long Christmas dinners sitting in the courtyard, passing food and drinks through that window. It's really lovely.
This window here in the dining room faces east, so the sun pours in here in the morning, and then by the afternoon, the kitchen, which faces west, the sun pours in through. And during the day, there's the sunroom at the top of the stairs, which in winter just is the most beautiful place with all that gorgeous winter sunlight. And also the bedroom. It's very hard not to walk into the bedroom, the main bedroom, during any time of day, particularly in winter, when that sunlight's pouring through, and not just think, I might just have a nap now. It's such a beautiful room to be in.
One of the extraordinary things about the house is in the upstairs bedrooms, if you look out the window towards the bay, you can see the water in the background. It seems like quite far away, but it's not really. There's a lot of history about the bathroom. I don't know whether it's worth talking about the fact that there was no indoor toilet until the 1930s when the Cohens put it in. But what's remarkable about the bathroom is the murals, the green murals of the Viking ships all around the top of the walls. Every ship is different. None of them are the same. And we think that they were painted by Robert Haddon when the bathroom was built. There's a lot of nautical features about the house.
We've been talking about this house a lot, but of course we've also got the studio unit out the back, and that has again been a godsend for me over the last 25 years. I've done so many tastings, I can't count the number of bottles of wine that I've opened and tasted for my work out there, and having that beautiful space to just spread out probably a little bit too much of my stuff and use it as a workspace has just been great. So when we moved in, obviously we knew Malvern Station was just literally across the road. didn't really appreciate what a fantastic location that is. We spend a lot of time in the city, whether it's going to see theatre or restaurants or also work. I spend a lot of time in the city working. Sophie spends a lot of time in the city working. And having Malvern Station just there, you're on a train, you're in the city in 10 minutes. It's absolutely been a godsend.
I will miss it a lot. I think we'll miss the neighbourhood. It's a pretty small street, Glenferrie Street. Everybody knows each other. Walk down to the park and the neighbours are in their front gardens waving hello, and your dogs have a little sniff and a chat with each other too.
I'm going to find it hard to even imagine another house. I'll also miss the fact that it is a unique house. You know, you see the word unique all the time in relation to houses. Why this house is unique, this house is unique. This one really is. There is no other house like this. And I'll miss that kind of, that feeling that we're living in somewhere that's really special.
It is a special house.